Hey there YouTube, this is Vargas XX78 with another collection pickup video. Just wanted to share with you guys the comic books that I've picked up in these last month actually. It's been a month since I've last went to the comic book store. So all the books that I left behind the last time I went and all the books that released this week are here. So this is all the stash of books that I had, so like always I just wanted to share it with you guys. First off, we have The Amazing Spider-Man issue 2, featuring the return of Electro. Yeah, they basically just brought back Electro because of the Amazing Spider-Man 2 movie. So yeah, but Electro was experimented on by Spidey-Ock, so he's losing control of his powers, and he's blaming Spidey because, you know, Spidey-Ock was in control of Parker's body. Also picked up The Amazing Spider-Man issue 2. The Black Cat also has a bone to pick with Spider-Man. Again, when Spidey-Ock was running around, he beat up and left for the authorities Felicia Hardy. So she got sent to jail, and then she escaped. And now she's looking for revenge on Spidey-Ock, or she thinks it's Spidey-Ock. So yeah, it's interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how this team up between Electro and Black Cat plays out. But so far, so good with that. Peter Parker's still dealing with the aftermath of everything Spidey-Ock did. So yeah, picked up Avengers issue 30. It says it's an Original Sin crossover, but they don't really deal that much with the repercussions of Original Sin. Actually, team of Avengers are being sent into the far-flung future, so that's what's really going on. But the artwork by Lionel Francis Yu is always awesome. I really like his artwork. I was actually thinking of dropping Avengers, but I'm a sucker for time travel stories, so I'm gonna dump Avengers as soon as they finish this time traveling thing and resolve everything that's been set up. That's Avengers 30, and also picked up Avengers 31, where they're still lost in time. This story arc I'm enjoying a lot better than the previous one. This is way better. The writing seems more, even though they're traveling through time, the writing seems tighter from Hickman in this story arc. And again, the artwork is a big plus for me. Then picked up Uncanny Avengers, where the Avengers, thanks to Kang, travel back in time to try to stop the Apocalypse Twins from allowing the Celestial to destroy the Earth. But in typical fashion, Kang the Conqueror betrays them and absorbs the power of the Celestial, thus becoming a superior being. This story is going to conclude in issue 22, so that's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. Also picked up Original Sin issue 4. Last issue, Bucky cut off the head of Nick Fury, but it's revealed that that was a life model decoy, and the real Nick Fury seems to be and much older than people originally thought. So yeah, this took an interesting turn. I have to read issue 5 when it comes out, but I did get the last issue of Deadpool vs. Carnage. Carnage bonds with a couple of symbiotes and takes the fight to Carnage himself, and it's an intense battle. But the ending I thought was kind of weird because Deadpool kind of passes on a bit of his fourth wall madness to Carnage, and he kind of sees things the way Deadpool does, and he's not happy about it. He doesn't like the fact that he feels now that he's running by someone else's possible rules. So yeah, the issue ends with Carnage very calmly in a jail cell, and Deadpool saying, "Who's next?" The next Deadpool miniseries that they're going to release is a Deadpool vs. X-Force. I think I'm going to skip on that. I was never a big X-Force fan, and it seems to be a prequel to Deadpool's first appearance way back in New Mutants and X-Force. So yeah, I think I'm going to skip on that one. Picked up Batman and Frankenstein issue 31, continuing the hunt for Robin. Ra's al Ghul is trying to resurrect Damian, and that story sort of concludes in Batman and Ra's al Ghul issue 32. Batman's able to stop Ra's from resurrecting Robin, but at the end of the issue, Godfrey from Apocalypse makes an appearance. So I don't know how that's gonna work. It's I think this is gonna continue in the Robin Rises Omega issue. So yeah, they definitely did not bring back Robin, but it might still happen. I actually hope they do bring back Damian again. At first I didn't like the kid, but then he kind of grew on me, so I'm hoping they do bring back Batman's son. Picked up Batman 0 Year Final Act, issue 32. Batman and Jim Gordon are still trying to stop the Riddler. Good story so far. This is going to conclude in issue 33, and I'm really looking forward to that. Continued issue 2 of the Mega Man X crossover. Even though I don't really consider it that much of a crossover, second issue in, and Mega Man X haven't really met up. It's basically just a story of Dr. Wily's last big machine that Mega Man is fighting, and then that same machine coming back in the future during the X timeline. So it's not like they're really crossing over. It's just like an interlocking story. So, but still, it's great to see Mega Man and Mega Man X. They haven't done anything with Mega Man X, so that was pretty cool. That's a 4-issue series, so I've got 2 more issues to go. Picked up Superman issue 31. This is part of the Doom crossover, where Superman is becoming Doomsday, and Lois Lane apparently gets possessed by Brainiac. So yeah, but they do away with all of that in Superman issue 32. The only bummer is that they upped the price. It was $2.99 before, but with John Romita Jr. coming on the book and Jeff Johns writing the book, they felt it was necessary to up the price for an extra $1. But it's still a pretty good story. I'm liking this. It has nothing to do with the Superman Doom storyline, nothing to do with that at all. But it's cool to see Jeff Johns and John Romita Jr., who's a Marvel guy, work on Superman. Hopefully this will mean that Superman will be back in his spot in the DCU, because honestly, he's the whole Doom thing is interesting, but Superman, ever since the reboot, it hasn't really been that good. Picked up Superman Wonder Woman issue 9, continuing the Doom storyline. Superman's losing his battle with the Doomsday infection, and he decides to head off into space because he feels he's a danger to himself and to everyone around him. Like I said, I'm not picking up Action Comics, so I am missing a good chunk of the Doom storyline, but really like the Superman Wonder Woman book itself. So also picked up Justice League issue 31. The evil Power Ring chooses a host, so the Justice League has to deal with that. But also Lex Luthor, again, last issue figured out who Batman was, and he actually goes and pays Batman a visit in Wayne Manor. But so far it's very interesting to see Lex Luthor part of the Justice League and see how that plays out. I'm really interested in seeing how that whole thing's going to work out. Picked up Simpsons Comics 212. Really cool robot cover there. Mr. Burns has a robot fight with some other rich millionaire. I pick up Simpsons Comics because I love The Simpsons. I've been thinking about dropping the book, but honestly I don't think I'll do that. I love The Simpsons too much to do that. Picked up Uncanny X-Men issue 21, where the Bubblehead guy makes another assault at the Avengers and Shield. I'm sorry, the Avengers against the Cyclops Uncanny X-Men team and Shield. Also, Dazzler is finally woken up by Magneto, and the story concludes in issue 22, where it's revealed that the Bubblehead guy is actually the Dark Beast from the Age of Apocalypse. That actually seemed kind of anticlimactic, but they got Dazzler up. She realizes that Mystique drugged her and kept her in Madripoor, and she renounces her role in S.H.I.E.L.D. And the other noteworthy thing, I guess, is that the Dark Beast dies in this issue, but they crack the armor, and at the end the Dark Beast says, "Oh, you've just killed yourself." So I'm thinking that maybe the Dark Beast did something to himself that ended up killing him, but that's gonna pass on to Hank McCoy. It might be something that they do. I hope they don't, but that's what it felt to me. But again, kind of anticlimactic that the Dark Beast of Age of Apocalypse was the one behind the Sentinels, and that they killed him off. I guess they wanted to streamline all the Henry McCoys that are out there. Picked up Witchblade 175, the big anniversary issue. Honestly, I didn't feel this issue was that good. Sarah Passini has a talk with the Witchblade, the artifact's been acting up, and they come to terms again. She does the whole cocoon thing, and then she comes out of it, again having control over the Witchblade. But that's been done so many times that this didn't really feel that original. It also has it only has 2 other stories, one like Tales from the Witchblade and another featuring Sarah. But this didn't feel as a big event or a big anniversary issue. Just felt like an issue, which is surprising because I've been liking Run Mars in Witchblade. I'm seriously considering dropping Witchblade because not only did they do a whole time jump where they skipped ahead like a year or something, but yeah, I'm not liking the new status quo that much. Picked up Wolverine 7. This is not my favorite book. I'm sorry to say. I dropped Savage Wolverine, and I'm kind of regretting that because I'm just not liking what they're doing with Wolverine. But that leads off to the big Wolverine storyline, 3 Months to Die, where Wolverine is apparently gonna die. Even if they do kill him, he's gonna come back. But this is issue 8 and issue 9, where in this issue, this is actually very interesting, even though it's kind of weird. Wolverine has a talk with Death herself. And Death in other comic books or cosmic events has never been very talkative. And in this issue, Death is talking Wolverine's ear off. But he does have a reunion with Rose from the Origin miniseries. So that was actually pretty cool. And I don't know. I think it's just a gimmick for them to kill off Wolverine. They're going to bring him back. But it's still going to be interesting to see how that actually goes about. It might be good, it might be terrible, but I'm willing to give it a shot. And the last book I picked up is Wonder Woman issue 32. Wonder Woman takes the fight to the Firstborn. I don't know how many issues the creative team has left. They've already announced the new creative team that's going to come on board, and I'll give them a chance, but it's going to be hard to top this run. So far it's the longest run of a creative team. Well, at least Brian Azzarello, him and I forgot his name. And hold on, now it's gonna bug me. Scott Snyder. I can't believe I forgot his name, but Scott Snyder. They've been writing their respective books since issue 1, and both have been really good good arcs. And so yeah, it's gonna be sad to see Azzarello leave Wonder Woman because he's been doing some really good job with the book. But I'll give the new creative team a shot, and hopefully the whole Firstborn Seuss's son thing will end satisfactory, because that's the one big gripe I have of runs, that they don't really end very well. But yeah, those were my thoughts on the books that I picked up. Some really, really good reading. I've already sang the praise of this miniseries, Deadpool vs. Carnage. I thought it's freaking amazing. Really, really cool. just like the fact that they finally did something with Deadpool and Carnage. And I have to say, Original Sin, I'm liking that too. I'm liking the artwork. I'm liking how everything's building up into something really big. Also, I thought this Avengers storyline is really cool. But again, I'm a time travel mark, so that's pretty cool. Hopefully, this will end well. This will get better because they are doing a lot of twists and turns with the storyline. So this is good, and this is also good. I definitely recommend this one too. But that was the comic book talk video. Like always, thanks so much to anyone that watches the vid, and whoever leaves a comment, I really appreciate it. Thank you again, and until I see you again, this is Vargas XX78, signing out.